Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're playing Roblox Titanic. Basically, roleplay game. If you're an expert like me, you'll know that we are in reception room B deck of the grand staircase. Which, if you're a mathematical genius of Titanic, not as good as Mr. Thomas Andrews, this you should know. You should know some stuff about. Today, if you haven't watched the Titanic movie, 1997, I've watched it 2 times now. One, I didn't get to watch too much. So I was the one who wanted it, and then my mum was like, dude, it's too scary, don't watch it. This time, I watched the whole of it, I only missed a little bit when I was going to the toilet. And yeah, so I'm Jack. He's a third-class passenger friend. Tommy wrote in the Italian part. His name was like Frizzisto? I don't remember. I don't think what it was. Anyway. So we got some third-class passenger stuff. We've hit the iceberg. The bow should be sinking soon. Third-class open space should be gone by now. Also, yes, E-deck's been flooded, which means the third-class rooms would be gone. This place should be starting to flood. Oh, already flood. Yep. So, yep, we're in the Atlantic. This water is freezing, and it can't get any worse. So think, after the bow's gone, it goes up through here, and it goes up here. It starts coming up here, and the bow starts, and the bridge starts sinking. Captain Edward Smith, as you see in the movie, this place floods up. He goes into the wheelhouse, and he stays there. Soon, once it's gone under, the water pressure comes in, and sadly he dies. After that, the bridge is gone. The water slowly makes its way to the boiler. Then once the boiler is gone, once the boiler has gone down, creates a wave. And during it going down, the grand staircase A deck, which I was the deck I was before, is just there. And this makes it sink even faster. Then the second one goes down without ado. Then the third one, the ship is no longer basically on the ground. Most of the ship is lifting in the sky. Because most of the ship is lifting from the sky, the ship's structure is beginning to stress. Behalf of one ship being up in the sky, things are not going good. The ship's structure isn't going good and cracks in half on the third boiler or funnel right here. Cracks in half, which of course creates a big crack that we know of, which causes this funnel to fall down into the crack. As you see, you don't see, the bow just floods away, while the stern starts to get rid of water until sometime the bottom part together down in there, it's like a banana, it's the banana peel, the strong banana peel. When you open up, it's still connected. So when the bow's going down, it's still connected, which lifts it, because the bow is going down like this, which is pulling it up, and then it goes up. Then, on the way through, the connection that's bringing it up falls, which breaks apart, and the Titanic just makes its plunge down into the water. Before that, the officer quarters go down, which are also the crew's quarters, and third-class rooms would have gone down. Well, some staterooms had been ripped apart from that. I'm good. So, next what we're going to do is we are going to go through this. And this game can really help you. You see, up here, read this. It really helps you. If you can just memorize the way it sings, like I've gotten pretty good. I memorize. You don't have to memorize everything. But a crucial thing is, you think that the bow would go first before reception room. You're wrong. Reception room goes plundering down before the bow, which only creates a little place for the sinking to. Oh, come on. Oh, yes. Oh, no, that wasn't very smart of me. So you see, this goes down. The reception room's flooding and the bow has not gone down. But if you were to have a look, the bow and the reception room are basically the exact same height. The bow is only a little further, and since this way it's been hit in the bow, as you'll know, if it's gone down in the bow, it will go like this, down, 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 down. If it's in the middle, it's going to split. If it's in the back, it's going to go the other way. But basically this one, it had actually gone in the middle. The bow was the first boiler room, but actually boiler room 6 was around over here. And it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 probably over there, which is why the ship probably slips in half. Also because of the ship's structure stressing. And you're wondering, how does the funnels fall off? And why do they fall off randomly? And the reason is because you see these little things here? If you see in movies, that goes down, they break off because the water is attached to that. The water gets them off. When I was flying here, I was also flying there. And smack, they come off. If that goes near you, it will chop off your head. If you see in the movie, you see how fast it goes. It will literally rip your head off. Not kidding. Some people might have had that happen. Like I see, reception room's going down and the bow is next. This little part here goes down and then it moves up to here. This goes down. Soon enough, the water, I'm pretty sure, falls down here and falls it off. This is where the crow's nest, where I'm pretty sure was it, the guy said, I can smell icebergs. He found the iceberg, he gave the rein to Murdoch, the officer who was out there, as you see in the movie too, who his sailor in there was going. And he told them iceberg right ahead. He saw it, he tried turning it. Then they had to call the boiler room troop officers down in there to close down the boilers because they were going too fast, which it was not. They were slowing down, but somehow I'm pretty sure they started going again. I don't know. I put this on the wrong hand, but still they kept on going. They hit the iceberg, as you see. Jack and Rose were right there. They almost got them, but Jack saved her again. And they sneak into the boiler room before that. If they were to stay there, as you see, the guys looking there actually get attacked by that water. It comes through the side, and as you see, 5 compartments have flooded. And the ship can only withstand 4. As the ship starts to plunder down, so yeah. You know how the kind of music, that is actually, if you watch the movie, it explains most of it. You know where it says, Thomas Andrews says, the ship will sink, it is a mathematical certainty. He says that in the movies. And the music is actually from a band sitting here playing, trying to keep everyone from panicking to make more of a ruckus. Also, words for the crew, because with the steam venting and they could barely hear each other, the new mates would have to follow by example without any person telling them. But yeah, here if you want, you can put in a message, but yeah, you can send a message up there, but it costs points. So yes, I've probably told you about some of the facts of the RMS Titanic sinking. Now, if you want this, I'm probably not the best telling you about this. So yes. Now, before we go with this, we will have to. Well, yes, you see, there were lifeboats up here, and they actually had to move those over, and most of the ones you see in the movie actually sometimes fall on people, and they didn't go so good. Yeah, so that goes down. Titanic isn't going so well so far. Yeah. Now, today I've missed it today in my place. It's 18th of the 4th. About 4 days or 3 days ago was Titanic 15th and the 14th. 14th, it was the Titanic's 109th anniversary since it has sunk. April 14 hits the iceberg, makes its way through to 2:30, which the whole ship is down. So on April 15 is the day that it goes down. I was actually still awake at 11:40. I only checked at 11:43. I don't know why. And lifeboats were getting lowered over each other. So some people in lifeboats beneath, because they started undoing it way too slowly. So now only 18 lifeboats got launched. 2 of them didn't, I believe. Yes. Alright, so hey, wait, she's just over there. Okay. We're gonna have a moment of silence to those who have died on this catastrophe of 1912. Now, it'll probably be April 15th by now. So you see, it's gone down. It's releasing the stern into the air. Soon it releases this part down there, which the ship can't stand the pressure and splits in half. Catastrophe. So now we're going to just sit here in the grand staircase, and we're going to do our moment of silence now. Well, not now, but if you know and you've seen movies and stuff about Titanic, think and just imagine the Titanic sinking, and all those poor people who had to go through this. Like you've seen Jack and Rose, they went through tough conditions. And most of those children, they would think, if you're watching this and you're a child, they think, women and children are on the sea. Third class children were actually locked up. They locked up gates for the third class people. They weren't allowed in. Men were shot. People were killed that day. Not by the sea, but by fellow humans. It was a horrible day that day. So just think, and if you're laughing, someone was laughing at Titanic, I blew them off. I literally obliterated them. Like, if you hear anyone in the whole wide world dissing about this and saying like, yeah, I could easily be this and they're so stupid, you should tell them off. Show them the movie. They will literally be traumatized by themselves. First time I watched the movie, I was absolutely traumatized. Titanic is the #1 and the worst thing that has ever happened in humanity. So if you ever hear someone say, oh, Titanic is stupid and they're all weak, then you call them off. Because this was literally the worst thing that's happened in life. It's probably even worse than World War II, and both of them. Like, so many people. This is like, it was so bad. It was like a war. But it's only a boat sinking. You see that? So if you hear anyone doing it, just tell them off. They're just trying to impress their friends. You don't want to be that type when you're impressing your friends by lying. That's not good. But if you're impressing your friends with stuff you got, that's cool. That's A-okay. But impressing them after something that's sunk or a war is completely uncool. Like saying, I'm so better than that. If I was in that, I would have survived easily or destroyed all the bad guys. But seriously, that is actually, people who you're worse in the world, you want to try to destroy you want to destroy the world. The people who say lots of bad things about horrible things that have happened are the bad guys in this world. Now, if you're watching this and you do that, I advise you stop. Because if your friends hear this, they're going to go talking to you and say, don't talk about this. You can't say that. You can't say anything. Unless you survive and you're an OP guy surviving Titanic, then sure, you can say that. But you won't be. No one is 109 years old. Some people are. And still, even if they were, no one barely survived that. It was a complete catastrophe. Like, no one deserves to say that stuff about it. Seriously. Like, I would hate to hear someone say that. Horrible. Like, they're worse. They're bad than most of the supervillains in Marvel and DC, but they're still not worse than Hitler. Unless they're abusing World War II and World War I and everything bad, they're probably worse than Hitler. And if they're your friends, unless you're horrible like them, but still, if your friend is like that you're a very nice friend, don't go with them. Walk away and say, how dare you? I don't want to be friends with someone like you. And thinking that you're better than everything, not good. You're better than everyone, and you say no one can go near me unless they're as good as you. But if you're as best as everyone, no one's going to come to you because you're the best of everyone. Seriously, uncool. Uncool forever thinks that. There aren't that much bad people in this world. Okay. Sure, do that. Alright, we're going to have a moment of silence. Hopefully there should be some sad music. Listen to that sad music. Or just think of sad music in your head. Okay, moment of silence. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, moment of silence is over. And you see this, the ship is going up there. See, this structure's going to say, when it broke, people fell down there. It was an absolute catastrophe. People, when they fell off the stern, plunging, hitting stuff, they would have broken whatever hit that. Like, seriously. When you go to your friends, introduce them to Titanic they don't know. And do a moment of silence. Because where I am, I didn't launch a lifeboat. I don't know what I did. But anyway, tell your friends if they're new, tell them about it. If they're not, don't just make sure to do a moment of silence with them. Because where I am, April 14th and 15th are on holiday. So my friends are not here, so I can't talk to them about it. So when I get back, I'm going to tell my friends and we're going to do a moment of silence. I have another friend. He's watched the movie and he's seen everything. He feels sad for everything. And everyone should feel sad for them. Like, they've had one of the hardest dates. Like in World War I and stuff, they didn't get attacked in broad nighttime. Or maybe sometimes. but still not in a freezing Atlantic Ocean, where if you stay in there, the only thing you can't think, and the only thing you can think about is the pain. Quote Jack from Titanic, Jack Dawson. Okay, this is gonna break. What's that? People we yeeted, but not like that, not like that. But seriously, I did realistic mode. It was so dark. When the lights went out, it was pitch black. So for those people on it, when they were going, they couldn't see anything. They would have definitely fallen down there because they couldn't see a thing. And then when they're down there, like, ow. The next thing they feel is a cold, watery pain. Now, you might think I'm going a little over the top here, but seriously, this is serious. Like, I'm wearing a t-shirt that says R.I.P Titanic. There's a Titanic going there. I actually drew it myself. With some, what's this called? Fabric pens. And on the back it's sinking. So yeah, remember to always do a moment of silence. It's literally one of the most important things to do a moment of silence for things. There we go. Yeah. Australian? I'm Australian. Damn. Australians don't dress like that. And well, anyway, it's news that I've seen that an Australian is actually creating Titanic 2. Titanic 2, yes, that is it. It's the second Titanic remade of the Titanic. Cost what, $15 million? But it cost $15 million and it's not even perfect. It's still missing lots of stuff from Titanic. On the same cost though. Yeah. And also it would have been $1,000 to get like a third class passenger for I think maybe first class or something. Back then. Now it's $60,000. And it costs like a lot of thousands of dollars to actually go see the wreck. Because it's down in the ocean, you need a submarine. Titanic is actually the #1 ship ever in this world. So, yeah. Alright, alrighty. Yep. That's it of this video. Now remember, whoa, was just I was like on my toes. I'm like standing up on my chair and I'm like crouching and I hit the chair and I thought, oh no, this is gonna turn back. I was actually on a chair once. I was going up, I slipped, I fell on the chair, I fell down, my legs were up in the chair. And what is at school? Yeah. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is remember about the things I've said. And yeah, gotta fade out.